obsessed with memory. I'm obsessed with not forgetting, not being forgotten. And I do all sorts of things to try to fix that.
I believe that we live in an amazing world full of color common experiences and emotional extremes. I also believe that few people realize this. People have a hard time seeing how amazing the world is, so they seek solace in TV magazines and other portraits of lives that seem more vivid than their own. People also have a hard time seeing how similar we all are, and this false sense of polarity is to blame for a lot of the misunderstanding experienced between different races and cultures. I am interested in making work that can illustrate the common ground between humans and that can portray some of the amazing qualities of life to help people feel better about themselves.
I think all my projects are about leaving a mark, being remembered somehow, or remembering the marks that other people have left. But you can't ever really win at it. I grew up in this weird generation that knew the world before the web, but also saw it come to life and now squarely lives within it. But because I knew the world before, I can also see what we lost. Most of my ideas for my projects and also for my life come from a very human place, come from gut instinct and a feeling and a sense of what's needed. But then the process of actually acting on those ideas and building something is incredibly rational. It has to be incredibly rational, incredibly cold and detached and emotionless. That's the only way to be an effective programmer and actually to get any of these projects done. As you spend more and more time online, you have to be so careful to also develop your relationships and your real life.
We Feel Fine scans the world. Chaos newly posted log entries every minute collecting sentences that contain the phrase, "Oh I feel," or "Oh I am feeling," which it then saves in a database along with demographic information about the author, age, gender, location, and weather, creating an archive of human emotions that grows by about 15 new feelings per day, and which has collected over 13 million feelings.
Dots exhibit human qualities. They kind of have their own physics, and they swarm wildly around, kind of exploring the world of life. And then they also exhibit curiosity. You can see a few of them are swarming around the cursor right now. You can see some other ones are swarming around the bottom left corner of the screen around 6 words. Those 6 words represent the 6 movements of We Feel Fine. We're currently seeing madness. There's also murmurs, montage, mobs, metrics, and mounds. Causes all of the feelings to fly to the ceiling. And then one by one, in reverse chronological order, they excuse themselves, entering this scrolling list of feelings. The next movement is called montage. Montage causes all of the feelings that contain photographs to become extracted and display themselves in a grid. This grid is then said to represent the picture of the world's feelings in the last few hours. The next movement is called mobs. Mobs provides different statistical breakdowns of the population of the world's feelings in the last few hours. We can also get a gender breakdown, and we see that women are slightly more prolific talking about their emotions in the last few hours than men. We can do an age breakdown, which gives us a histogram of the world's emotional distribution by age. We see people in their 20s are the most prolific, followed by teenagers, and then people in their 30s, and it dies out very quickly from there. In weather, the feelings assume the physical characteristics of the weather that they represent, so that the ones collected on a sunny day swirl around as if they're part of a sun, the cloudy ones float along as if they're on a breeze, the rainy ones fall down as if they're in a rainstorm, and the snowy ones kind of flutter to the ground. Finally, location causes the feelings to move to their positions on a world map, showing the geographical distribution of feelings. Metrics provides more numerical views on the data. The final movement is called Mounds. It's a bit different from the others. Mounds visualizes the entire data set as large gelatinous blobs, which kind of jiggle. If I go over here, the list begins to scroll, and there's actually thousands of feelings that have been collected. You can see the little pink cursor moving along, representing our position. No matter what you do in your life, what you create, what career you have, whether you have a family or kids or make a lot of money or whatever, your greatest creation is always going to be your life story.